living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Good morning once again to the listeners of WEFM. We are now in our Cop Chat segment. That segment every Thursday right here on WEFM, where we get to chat with the police. This morning, joining us in studio, we have Sergeant Sion Shoy and Inspector Alson Rodney. And joining us online, we have Donette O'Neill. We're not seeing her just yet, but I think she's there.
All right, so let's just do a test. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, listeners. Donette, let's just do a test quickly to see if we can hear you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, right.
Any camera could go on, or you don't want to show the camera? Donette?
Not as yet. I'm on the desktop currently, so I'll switch to my laptop soon.
All right, lovely. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed with the
Ben.
program.
So that was Donette O'Neill, and like I mentioned before, we have Sergeant Sion Shoy and Inspector Alson Rodney from the police force this morning here with us to speak on the topic, the second phase, enhancing public safety with intelligent video analytics project. So gentlemen and lady, good morning to you.
Yeah,
morning.
Shy.
All right, good morning to
We make shy.
And the listeners of WEFM. I'm also Rodney, Inspector of Police, in charge of telecommunication and the second phase of the CCTV project.
And morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome to WEFM as always. I'm Sergeant Sion Shoy, in charge of the IT department.
All right, and Donette?
Good morning, SVG. My name is Donette O'Neill, and I'm the project coordinator for this project, and also I'm senior database administrator at the Information Technology Services Division.
All right.
All right. So we are heading into our topic here, enhancing public safety with intelligent video analytics project. So, of course, the first question I must ask, what is the video analytics project? I don't know who will take that question.
All right, Donette would answer that, but I could start with it. Now, everybody by now should know that, and let us not say everybody, but because it was announced on several different platforms already. So let me put it down as the CCTV project by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the government of China and Taiwan. So it's our CCTV project where we have cameras placed within different parts of the country. So we had the first phase before, and now we're in the implementation of the second project.
Okay. All right, Donna, do you wish to expand on that? Okay. All right. So you're mentioning that we are into the second phase, but before we move to the second
So
phase,
she unmuted her mic. I don't know if she's about to
okay,
speak.
Donette?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So technically, it's not only about the locations we're installing. We're also enhancing because we're introducing the LPR license plate recognition cameras and the PTZ cameras as well, which is the pan tilt zoom cameras. In the previous phase, we just had generic CCTV cameras. So we're enhancing with different types of cameras that can access information more detailed for the police to make proper investigation. And also, this project also has different training factors. It's not only the section for the enhancement of security. It's also training with Python. There's project management training, image analysis training, because yes, you may get an image, but if it's not clear, you need to know how to enhance it without causing any distractions or inside the image. So there's also the factors of increasing the area where the installations will be done, and also training.
Okay.
All right. So you were asking.
Right. All right. So I know that we're here primarily to speak about the second phase, but let us know some of the successes of the first phase.
All right. I will comment with that part. Now, up to today, we still have persons saying those cameras, they're not working. They're dummy cameras. They're just trying to trick us and so on. That is not the case. So far, we have a lot of success. We have cases that went to court using the CCTV cameras and a lot of convictions. So it's not a gimmick. And for the second phase, now we're really trying to tighten the grip a little bit more.
Okay. I think just to say something here, I think one of the reasons why persons might be thinking that they're gimmicks or they're not very successful is that in the media, we haven't heard a lot of cases or persons being sent to prison or being fined or whatever based on the CCTV usage, right? I only know of one situation where somebody stole, I think, a yam or something, and the camera, I think, across Korea's area picked it up. So that was the only one that I saw within the media. So I think to help persons know that they're actually being effective, we need to see a lot more reporting of cases, of successful cases through the use of those cameras.
I may be able to interject on that. I mean, the reason why you may not hear it in the public domain is because when, especially the second phase, is geared towards expanding what already there, increase of surveillance. And we try to target it high-risk area, as we just call them in layman, the hot spots. That's where we know criminal activities taking place. And that's what I'm saying. This is part of solving crime and reduction and detection of crime. That is, even if we say it in the public domain, most of the conviction and solving of crime is because of the aid of this project.
Okay.
Most of the solved crime that are solved is because of the CCTV project.
And I'd like to interject here also. Recently, there was a case that went to court. And it was in the media. Maybe some persons don't pay much attention to some of the cases that the media will talk about and so on. There was a case where police were doing an investigation with some drugs, narcotics, and the police went there when they got the information, and the persons ran away from the police. But they simply contacted the operation center at Kittels, and there goes the same person with the same bag. He was then charged after that, and he pleaded guilty. So it's working.
All right.
All right. So with that, then we'll go into phase 2. Can you tell us a little bit more? What's new in phase 2?
Well, like I could speak, I mean, Ms. Dianna speak about the initiative with the AI in terms of the LPR system, the license plate recognition, that is addition along with facial recognition in phase 2. So those are the new features that's going to be added. And as Dianna said, they are training in that aspect in detection and how to navigate the software in relation to that end. So this phase, we expect to get more successes in relation to this implementation when it's fully launched.
Okay. Have you installed these as yet?
It's an ongoing, at this time it's completed. Some of the phases already installed. So.
All right. How about the areas? Is it going to be just around Kingston or are you spreading out?
No, it's throughout the country. I mean, the exact, inspector, we're going to speak on the exact location that we have.
Right. I could speak to that. At present, the first phase took us as far as Georgetown on the windward side, and on in Layu on the leeward side of the country. But the second phase now we're moving even further down to Barley and Belial on the leeward end. We're not going to forget the Grenadines. So for the second phase, we'll be going to Union Island and also Beckwith. And then what we notice, because you have to learn from the first phase, we notice that persons are trying to get away from the cameras to commit their offenses. So the second phase is we are enhancing it. So some of these getaway areas where persons are now trying to get away from the police, we will get you. It's just a matter of time.
And I guess this is where the pan tilt cameras come in, where
Yes.
rather than
Yes.
being stationary, it's going to move as they move.
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
all right.
What about the windward side?
Windward, what we're planning to do is to extend it even to Mesopotamia Valley, going to that area. We're also going to places where we see we had blind spots. We're going to now add some more cameras around there and enhance the cameras in those areas.
Okay. Are we going to get to this phase where it's super surveillance, where there's a database of faces, like a link with
Yes, they're going to be coming as part of the.
All right. Well, explain. Well, say exactly what it is, because I didn't finish it. But so explain it to the listeners.
In terms of the fish, we need a database. So
Right.
obviously, that will be part of in getting the data to match. Two.
So we walking in town and the camera just scanning our faces.
Yes. Is that like that? Yeah. But in terms of what we're saying to add to that, in terms of
No, it's not like that. No, it's not like that.
Not a-
All right, go ahead.
The only place that let me clarify. No, the face recognition is only at the airport.
Okay.
The other cameras are the general ones, but police normally only record video only if there's, for example, someone make a report and say this was stolen, then they would definitely get the footage, but they're not there, as people would say, macroing. Okay, everything is being recorded, so when it needs to be pulled, it's just pulled automatically.
Okay. Just to add to that, privacy is part of paramount protocol. So we're not invading any privacy in relation to this project. As Mr. had said, if a report being made, then we investigate and we look for footages related to that. That's beyond. We try to enhance these things in public places, especially terminals where commuters are there. So hopefully these are is really to make the public safe. I feel confident in what we are doing.
Yeah, I suppose it would be interesting if persons feel like it's an invasion of their privacy if they're in a public space, because it's there for public safety. So I think maybe that little bit of reassurance or assurance needs to be given to persons, because you're already in the public. So there's nothing private about being in the public.
Correct.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Will you be walking along with, let's say, other organizations or institutions, if perhaps they need the help of these cameras? Will you be facilitating that kind of work or partnership?
Well, yes. As we know, crime is a big thing. The police alone can't fight crime. We need the help of the public. What we see now is that persons are asking where can they come in and help with the project, whether a camera being on their premises. Persons are saying that we need cameras here, we need cameras there. So what we're doing now for the second phase, we are also working along with reputable maybe companies or civilians who maybe at a good location where we could get a camera set up. So we are including that into the second phase.
Okay. And in terms of even private, well, quote unquote partnership in a sense, if there are persons who, let's say, overseas and they wish to donate cameras, can they actually donate cameras to the force for this, or?
Yes, we will gladly accept that.
Okay.
Just mean that there are special specifications, because you just don't want a camera where you can't make out certain things, basic things, and so on. So we have certain specifications on them. So they could always contact us at the Royal Civil and Grenadines Police Force, ITSD, and we could work from there.
Okay. All right. Donit, anything you wanted to add at this time?
So I was going to add that yes, police normally engage in a lot of public-private partnership to solve crimes with the cameras, because, for example, what persons need to realize, we cannot put cameras all over the entire country. So it's essential as businesses, you take the onus on you to put cameras that protect your business and also the street, because if someone comes and steal from you, they might be coming in a certain area. So you as businessmen, businesswomen, put the cameras, it will be helping you and also helping the society. So we encourage a lot of businesses, even private persons. This could aid police and aid the public in solving a lot of crimes.
Okay, so let's take a scenario here, for instance, right? I saw somebody break into somebody's vehicle, let's say somewhere in Kingston, on Bay Street, right? Somewhere in Kingston, and I make a report to the police saying I've just seen this happen. What happens in real time with relation to the use of the CCTV cameras? I always have trouble with that.
Well, I could answer that in terms of that, because the first thing a report had to be made before you acquire a footage from, say, the center or take it beyond the stage. So when a person, for argument in Kingston, the closest station there is the Central Police Station or at CID. So when he came to make a theft, the entry is made and the request of that camera system has been sent to the command center, Inspector Rodney, who is in charge. And it's processed from that, and they look for that footage, they produce it to the investigator. And if we recognize the suspect, from there we prosecute. We pick them up and we go forward.
But is it like real time?
Real time.
Okay.
Real time.
Yes, there are persons who work in 24 hours a day in the command center. A lot of cases we have where something just happened. And although we have the process of how do you obtain the footage itself, a friend just can't call a friend there because you're police officers and say that you want a footage for that. It doesn't work like that. So it goes from the investigator to the person who is in charge of the investigator, and there's a process so everybody know before you get the footage from the Kittel's command center.
Okay. All right. As it relates to the going back to the private organizations or businesses requesting to work with the police with the CCTV, is there a particular requirement that, let's say, I have my property may be in a quote unquote hotspot? Can I just call and say, hey, officers, I think that you should set up a camera in this area, for whatever reasons? How would you react? How would you go from there?
Well, again, what we'll do, if in that scenario, we will touch base with ITSD and also with the Taiwanese to see how viable it is, because you have to get access point where the camera feeds to get back to Kittel's. So we have to look at all these scenarios, and as long as it's something that can work, we'll definitely work along with that.
Okay, right then.
One thing to also note, ladies, is that the cameras are connected on a private network. They're not going overseas and what's not. So it's very secure and very private. So in order for you to put a camera there, ITSD would definitely have to do an assessment, as Inspector Rodney indicated, to verify how close it is to the relevant points and if it's feasible.
Okay.
And then so we go. All right. So we will take a short ad break here, and then we will be right back with our interview. So listeners, stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.
Celebrate the month of love with Singer. Whether you're blending something sweet or brewing something warm, we've got the appliances to make it all unforgettable. Upgrade your kitchen with our West Point air fryers, perfect for preparing healthy and tasty meals for your loved ones. Pair it with one of our top-of-the-line Oster blenders, perfect for your smoothies, or one of our Oster, Russell Hobbs, or Severin coffee makers, giving you that perfect brew to start the day off right. Let Singer help you create these magical moments all month long. Because at Singer, we know the heart of every home is the family. Singer, your family company.
It's back. Yes, the Instacash game bingo is back. You asked for it, and the NLE is giving it to you. Bingo, where there's a chance to win up to $6,000. There's also the new Instacash game, Hot Numbers, with 5 chances where you can win up to $8,000. Get your bingo and Hot Numbers Instacash games at all Lotto agents. Instacash, where there's no waiting in line. You can win on the spot. Instacash, so easy to play.
That could have been you. An accident that could have been avoided because your tires had almost no grip on the road. Safety is a factor that should never be overlooked when it comes to your car or whatever you drive. SVG Tire Sales and Services in Falls Avenue and in Arnisvale carries a wide selection of quality new tires to fit any car, truck, minibus, or SUV, so you can experience a comfortable and safe commute every time. We are agents for the world's most reliable brands on and off the road, including Kenda Tires, the king of the mountain, Cooper Tires, king of the road and track, Ostone, the king of the outback, and High Fly, the king of the Asian highway. We also carry new tires for light or heavy duty trucks from MRF, High Fly, and Linglong. A reliable set of new tires keep you, your passengers, and your payload always in the safe lane. So when you need quality tires with reliability at 100%, choose SVG Tire Sales and Services in Kingstown, 457-1467, or in Arnisvale, 456-6444. SVG Tire Sales and Services. Performance and reliability proven when the rubber meets the road.
Get ready to turn back time. Sunset Lime and Back in Time Old School Affair at Baselat Villa. Enjoy live performances from Gecko Beach, bringing you the best of 60s and 70s pop and rock. Plus shake with a unique blend of Beckway rock and soul. Admission is just $30 for a night of amazing music, great vibes, and even better company. Sunset Lime and Back in Time, Friday, February 28th at 6 p.m. only at Baselat Villa. Don't miss it.
Our industry relies on all of us to play our part. We take pride in showcasing our beautiful island, our craft, our cuisine, and our warm Vincentian hospitality.
Each of us play a crucial role in showcasing our vibrant tourism industry. We can create spaces where visitors can unwind, connect with nature, and embrace tranquility of our beautiful surroundings.
We need everyone on board to help us create an exceptional experience for our guests.
Join us at our National Tourism Community Consultations as we shape the future of tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It's everyone's business, yeah. Love it, embrace it.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase violence. Let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
We are back with our Cup Chat interview here on WEFM. In studio this morning, we have Inspector Alson Rodney, Sergeant Sion Shoy, and online we have Ms. Donnet O'Neill here speaking on the topic, the second phase, enhancing public safety with intelligent video analytics project. If you have a question or you wish to make a comment, you are free to call us 457-9997. You can do so through WhatsApp or directly on the landline. Right. So
we do have a question here on the live. So somebody says, good morning. Would speed cameras eventually be a part of this program? I heard of license plates recognition mentioned. Speed cameras will definitely help with the speeding situation and bring in some needed revenue.
Right. That's interesting, and it's something that we're really looking at this for now. We're trying to see how much we can enhance this thing as we go along. I was in Taiwan last year, and I went to share our experience and to gather experience from Taiwan. So what we're doing now, although we know in the second phase, we're also looking in the third phase. So we're moving fast. Mm-hmm. And our hope and our plan is, as we go along, that these same cameras, instead of a traffic personnel giving you a ticket outside, the system will flag you at some point if you break a traffic regulation, and it will send it straight to Kittels. Then now we can always give you a ticket without the traffic personnel himself or her being there to write the ticket, seeing it real time.
Okay.
So where the person's talking about what the person said again, the speed,
speeds,
right? All these things is what we're looking at. At some point, we'll have to get maybe regulations to regulate these things and so on. But all these things are what we're planning to do going forward, because we have the system already. It's there. It's just for us to enhance it as we go along. And when we go into the third phase that I'm seeing in front of my eyes is more where we can use more AI. So less police, more AI. That will give us these information that we could prosecute persons using the CCTV cameras. Because in Taiwan, my experience there's a tagline that says, there is nowhere to hide in Taiwan. Mm-hmm. And it's because Taiwan have a lot of cameras. They use a lot of cameras to do their work. You go to a parking lot, nobody there to check you in. Mm-hmm. The camera will check you in. You leave in, they do the payment and so on. So we're going along. So our hope is that at the end of the day, we'll be using less manpower, more cameras to even do ticketing system where persons would break the traffic because they don't see a police officer there. But although the police officer is not there, the camera will be there.
And I'm envisioning a system where it gets sent straight to your phone.
Yes.
The ticket gets sent straight to your phone or email. So you can't say you didn't get it. All right. All right. So you mentioned the phase 2, but how long? What is the time frame for the phase, for the full implementation of phase 2?
Right. Phase 2, well, it was launched last year, and I'd like to adjust this. I remember I saw a news article, one of our online newspapers, was saying that Taiwan would have given the police body cams and other cameras since last year. And up to now, police ain't wearing them. it's a process. Although they would have launched the project last year, there's a process where you have to get them from Taiwan, which we got in December. So right now,
Was it December 2024?
yes,
Oh, okay.
So-
We thought we were already here.
right.
Okay.
But it was the launch of it
Mhm.
that this is what's going to happen for phase 2.
Okay.
Right. So right now we implementing phase 2.
So the cameras will be a part. The body cameras will be a part.
So that
of
would be a
phase
part
two.
of phase 2.
Okay.
So right now, persons will see persons putting up cameras now. It's all part of phase 2. And also what we're doing now is to enhance the area where the persons work. We're doing an expansion on it. So that persons would be comfortable in their workspace and so on. So we'll get a lot of good productivity from them.
Are you in a position to say who would be getting the body cameras, as in which department of police? If you're not, it's okay.
Well, that would really be the commissioner's decision.
Okay.
But I could see from my end, persons that works directly with the public, maybe traffic, maybe RRU, these persons that deal with the public face to face.
Okay. All right. Those going on, well, you don't call it raids. What do you call them
Maybe
again?
operations.
Operations,
Yeah.
right. No, raids, yeah. Operations, yes. All right, cool. All right, so given the success of phase 1, tell us a few more stories of the success stories from phase 1, right? Because we need to hammer in home to the public that, yes, they are actually working, they are for your benefit. Yes. So give us a few more success stories.
Right. Well, as I mentioned, the one with the narcotics earlier on, we were able to charge Royal Civil and the Grenadiers Police also were able to charge persons for murder using the camera.
Okay.
Also, I remember, was it last year? It was a hot thing.
Oh, we have a caller. So, okay. All right. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, my dears, and good morning to the officers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm listening to quite well and everything, but my problem, I'm wondering if Parliament has to approve Popula to use these cameras and so on. You have a lot of special section. The Parliament has to meet to discuss and pass laws for these sort of we call it the intervention.
Okay. Does
So-
Parliament have to pass it?
It's already in terms of the law, in terms of relation to get access to footages to produce in court of law. So it's already there.
Oh, it's already there?
Yes.
Okay, just back to the line after the union. So that's very good.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Thanks, caller. Uh-huh. All right. So, Roddy, you were saying
Right.
success.
So I was saying about the success of persons which was charged before using the for murder, the offense of murder using the cameras. I was talking about a popular something that happened last year where the Salvation Army kettle disappeared.
All right.
Right? We were able to catch that person using the cameras. There were another case where somebody had 2 buckets of chichi. I know chichi is something that Vincent Jean don't play around with. By the time they look around, the bucket of chichi gone. We were able to find that person using the camera system. CID is one of the departments, CID and traffic is one of the department who enjoys a lot the camera system. It makes investigation easier. In terms of the traffic offense, there are persons who would tell you, officer, I never broke that line. I never passed over the double line. And they would eat hell saying that they never passed there. Well, the police will do their thing and they will charge you, but you will see it when you get to court.
Okay. All right. So from smaller crimes to larger crimes,
Right.
we
So
see.
we have it from small crimes up to bigger crime. I remember there was an incident where somebody broke into a business place in Kingston. And persons were wondering, how come this person entered the building? Well, the camera was able to tell us he entered from the roof of the building.
Okay.
So that person was also charged.
Sergeant Inspector Rodney, regarding accidents, because I know someone would have asked me if they could get footage, because sometimes persons say I was on the right and this other person says no, I was in the right. So persons can also request footage for if in case there was an accident to verify who was in the wrong or right to deal with insurance claims and stuff like that.
Right. Thank you for that, Donnet. Right now, because we want this thing to work, not just for the police, but also, you notice in the caption of it, it says the public safety and so on. There are persons who enjoy that privilege where they were involved in an accident. And all you have to do is just write to the Commissioner of Police stating what happened, and you would like for him to assist you because maybe a camera was in that vicinity. So it's really a partnership that we're trying to work with the public.
So curious question though. So we know that whenever accidents happen, and I suppose I'm making the assumption that a camera would be close by. We see that accidents happen and they block up the roads. Could persons maybe just move their vehicles knowing that the footage would exist to allow for vehicles to pass, or do we still have to wait for police to actually be there on the scene?
Right. It's important for persons to remain on the scene because while you would see what happened, you still have the part where you have to take the measurements.
Okay.
And that's where the magistrate would see in the measurements, they would make a determination that this person was off their hand. So you're getting two
supporting evidence
right there from the camera system and also from the measurement.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I know you mentioned some of the challenges before. We got to go to this one, but are there any challenges that you foresee happening and you've already put some things in place, or perhaps some challenges from before, other than what you've mentioned, that you made sure that you include the solution in this second phase?
Right. No, and that is what I said from the beginning. The second phase, what we're doing is to see where things went wrong in the first phase, and we're correcting it in the second phase. So far, we're not having a big problem with vandalism. It's not a problem. We only saw where somebody went and climbed and they use a bamboo stick trying to move the camera from that location and so on.
But you caught the person doing it? They in the frame? Because I kind of find it a little silly, but anyhow.
Yes, but the person was well prepared because the way the person dressed, in the hoodie and so on, and, but again, it comes back to my experience in Taiwan. What I saw in Taiwan, you have cameras as low as 4 feet.
Okay.
You have cameras all about the place, hand reach, and they don't have that problem because I think people understand the importance of the camera system. And while I'm talking about that, I want to really commend our Vincentian people who really support the project. There are areas where we think we would have gotten a bit of pushback. But majority of these persons would tell you, we are happy for this. We are happy for the camera. You understand? Now we're going to feel a bit more safe. So it's not just a bad idea. The bad idea may come from the person who don't want to abide by the law. But persons, well-wishing people who want to wish well with the system, they give their full support. So that's something encouraging.
I wonder how many of us, though, are just, quote unquote, indifferent in the sense where we're not even aware or remember as we walk into town. I'm not walking through town looking for a camera or concerned that a camera is anywhere, So while it's that they might be present, it's about, just going on about our lives because we know we ain't doing it around in the first place, But yes, I think maybe that might be the other reason as well to why there isn't a pushback in a sense because we're just
right. Because up to last week, when we were installing some of the cameras, persons were saying, "We're not going to me." Then we just did it so. You understand? In local terms, nothing happening with them. But again, as I said before, it's there in the court system. We have numerous convictions using the cameras.
Also, I think persons the ones who would really study the cameras are thieves because they'll try to find everywhere where the camera isn't and run through those alleys. But women could also be a lot on the cameras. Like if you're walking late in the night, try walking the areas where you see the cameras are located or where it's lighted to be safe in case something happens. They would pick up to see, if someone is following you. Because as investigators go, they're not gonna just look at one camera. They look at all the cameras to see where the person would have gone.
I think that's an interesting point that Donna is raising there, but I don't know, like I don't know where in Kingston these cameras are, right? I legit don't walk and look up.
Look up.
All right, I will try that from tomorrow. I'll be looking up and see, because it is an important point that you raised there, in terms of being safe, etc. Walking in the where a camera can pick you up just in case anything happens, or even in real time to report that you think that you're being followed or whatever. You can be able to report it. But yeah, maybe we do need to walk and look up on it.
Right. And maybe what I could encourage persons to do, if something happens to you, just look around to see if there's a camera in that vicinity, and you can report that to the police also. So it would help in a fast investigation. But the police, when the police visits the scene, the police would also look to see where we have cameras and so on, and then we'll walk from there.
All right, so we do have a question here on the live. The person is saying, will there be a maintenance team put in place to maintain these cameras? We have a major problem with preventative maintenance in SPG.
All right, I could talk about that, but I'll allow Donnet also to thing on it. Now, at present, we have the ITSD doing maintenance, because while they're doing the maintenance, the police is responsible for the operational part of it. So they are the maintenance personnel. Yes, we need to up the game, because we don't want any cameras to be down, because you never know when a crime would be committed. So as we go along, it's something that we're looking at to even tighten and improve.
Yes, so as you was saying, the maintenance team is from my department, the Information Technology Services Division. They're already in place, but the challenge that we have is that these maintenance guys, they also maintain different aspects of the computers, government computers, so they are split. So that is one of the challenges we have. We need a bit more staff in that maintenance unit to cover the cameras. But the maintenance team, they normally go around, they check the servers to make sure everything is up. They clean the lens anytime they need cleaning. And one of the challenges we have is in the Georgetown area. Those areas have a lot of sea blasts. So the guys tend to have to go to those areas a bit more often to make sure all the lenses are clean and everything is focused so that they could see these things properly.
Okay.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, Georgetown, is it a case where the cameras are just along the main roads, or do they actually go into communities?
They're along main roads, and also that's why I said before, the second phase is carrying us even closer in.
Okay.
Because we just don't want to say that we have cameras all about, and you don't get productivity. So it's along the main road, and we're going into gaps now. So if you run from here,
what's the next one?
We'll see.
Right.
Yes. Initially, the first phase was covering Kingston and a lot of the bus stops. That was initially the first phase, and now along the coast. But as Inspector said, we're going in a bit more in this second phase.
All right. And with that, we actually have come to the end of our interview here. So I want to take this opportunity to give each of you a chance to say something that whatever you want to leave your listeners with, maybe a point that you did not get out, or to simply encourage the continued cooperation of the public in this.
Well, I will say that is the most part you want. You want to encourage the public to support this project. As the inspector said earlier on, we ain't seen no vandalism in the first phase, so hopefully we'll go forward with that mindset to support this project. When you see the camera, it's for your own safety. That's the reason for this project. Public safety, enhance public safety, and make everybody feel safe. You're not to invade on any privacy or anything, it's just to assist the police. We cannot solve crime by ourselves. This is the other tool in our arsenal to assist us or the investigators to take person to court.
All right. And for this second phase, we'll be adding another 130 cameras. So we're really moving in. So next 130 plus some, as we said before, the body cams. I really love the project. It's one of my babies.
You're a tech man.
Yes, it's really one of my babies. And I really want to see how much we could assist bringing down crime. So everybody need to play a part in it. Whether you see something, you could say something, and let's work together. But because we have a lot of gains from this camera system, and again, I want to thank the Taiwanese government for what they're doing, and also the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for this initiative. So don't be afraid. If you're doing good, don't be afraid of the cameras. It's as simple as that. Only if you're doing something illegal, then now you want to run away from the cameras. And one last myth I want to think. Some people may say, but something happened in this area. So how come we ain't see no footage? How come the police ain't see anything? The camera system is there to also to get the footage itself. Not every footage will go to the court. Some would be used for investigation purpose. So for instance, you're doing an investigation where something was missing. You may not recognize the person itself, but you know for sure that it went missing by a hand. You understand? Somebody took it from here to there. So persons, I heard that before where persons are saying that, man, no, you can't, camera didn't work because we never see anything from it.
Okay.
You know, camera would not pick up everything because it depends on what it's focusing on. And a warning for persons with number plates. I heard it from the traffic guys last week.
Mm-hmm.
Please regularize your number plate because we have, for the second phase, the license plate recognition, and the police would be checking that closely. So please do the right thing.
Done it.
All right. So I just want to encourage businesses to continue cooperating with the police in regards to footage that they also find, and also encourage those who don't have camera to place cameras in their areas because police can't put cameras everywhere. And ladies or persons who feel uncomfortable or scared, just remember, walk in the camera areas. If you feel scared, just walk in those areas and you'll be covered. And the public needs to take advantage of these cameras. If something happened, something stolen, accident, you report it to the police so the police could better assist you. And also, as Inspector Rodney would have said, if something happens, these footage is not for the public to gallivant and share on WhatsApp. The footage is for court. So you're not going to be seeing it sent all over WhatsApp and say, oh, that's not what their footage is for. It's very private. Police hold this footage very private. So any footage for any crime is mostly going to be for court, not for public viewing. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much. And with that, we have come to the end of our interview on our Cup Chat segment here. We were discussing the topic, the second phase, enhancing public safety with intelligent video analytics project. With us this morning, we had Inspector Alson Rodney, Sergeant Sion Shoy, and Donette O'Neill, all attached to the IT department and telecommunications in the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for joining us, Donette, and all the best with the project.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys, for having us.
You're welcome. We